At this time, there was a man's voice on the other end of the phone, panting heavily, while deliberately lowering his voice, and said, "Oh, you are talking nonsense with him at the critical moment. Can you just give him the money quickly? Don't let him delay things." Zhao Zhou suddenly asked vigilantly, "Juan, why is there a man's voice over there? Who are you with?" The other party hurriedly said, "Oh, it's my cousin. Am I not hurt? I've been practicing waist exercises in bed, but I don't practice well, so I asked him to come and help." Zhao Zhou let out a cry, thinking that when he called last time, his girlfriend was doing waist training in bed, so he didn't doubt it anymore. At this time, his girlfriend said on the other end of the phone, "It's okay. I won't talk nonsense with you. I will transfer the money to you on WeChat later." Upon hearing this, Zhao Zhou immediately became happy, and said hurriedly, "Juan, you are so kind, thank you." The other party said hurriedly, "Okay, I won't talk to you anymore, I'll hang up." After the other party hung up the phone, she sent Zhao Zhou a red envelope of 520. Zhao Zhou was overjoyed, and immediately called all the 800 in his account to his friend in the garage. Then he hurriedly urged, "Brother, the 220 has been paid back to you, and the 800 has been called to you. Come here, I am in a hurry." The other party charged the money immediately and said, "I will pass this time. It will take more than 20 minutes to get to you." "Great!" Zhao Zhou said excitedly, "Call me when you get there." Zhao Zhou squatted in front of the phaeton car, anxiously waiting for his friend to come over. 10 minutes later, the other party called and told him that he would be there in a few minutes. But at this time, an old Audi A6 had already parked in front of him. Abner finally breathed a sigh of relief when he saw that his phaeton was here. Damn, although no one repaired the car for him, it is a part of the loss. Otherwise, if this car is not found, then the kid dead, and he is really at a loss. Thinking of this, he said to his little brother, "I drive that phaeton back, you follow me." The little brother nodded immediately. "Okay, brother Abner." Abner pushed the door and got out of the car. He was upset because the car broke down and no one repaired it. He lost another remote control key. Repairing a car is estimated to cost hundreds of thousands, with a remote control key, which is estimated to be several thousand larger, and the FC King loss is really heavy. Abner couldn't help sighing in his heart. This is truly a disaster. It seems that he will burn incense in the temple another day. Isn't it a bit too old this year? Just thinking about it, he got out of the car and was about to take the key to unlock the phaeton, and suddenly saw a kid squatting in front of the phaeton. Abner, who was upset, frowned and looked at the other man, cursing coldly, "What the hell are you doing? Go and squat." Although Zhao Zhou has no money, no skills and a stinky stalker who loves to take advantage of it, his temper is like a stone in that pit, smelly and hard. To use a common saying to describe it is exhausting. Of course, when he kneeled and licked others, he couldn't see the impoverishment in his temper, but he looked at the middle-aged man in front of him and then at the car he walked down, and he immediately felt a little disdainful. Isn't it just an old second-hand A6? This broken car is far worse than his own phaeton, so damn it, dare to play force with him? What does it have to do with him? Thinking of this, Zhao Zhou, who was squatting on the ground, looked up at Abner, and said disdainfully, "I can squat wherever the FCK I want, do you have a problem?" When Abner was upset, he didn't expect that a rag squatting in front of his car would dare to act as a force. Without saying anything, he directly raised his foot and kicked Zhao Zhou to the ground. Then, before Zhao Zhou turned over, he immediately rushed to punch him and kick him. Zhao Zhou, who was beaten, yelled, angrily said, "Why are you hitting me? Why are you hitting me? Did I provoke you? Did I provoke you here? Are you sick?" Abner directly hit his nose with a fist, his face was covered with blood, and he cursed coldly, "You are all right, why squat in front of my car? You squat in front of my car and talk to me? Pretending to be forced, and I am not allowed to hit you?" After finishing speaking, he punched again. Zhao Zhou, who was smashed, had a star in his eyes and almost passed out. At this time, Abner's little brother saw a fight here, so naturally he hurried to the door and got out of the car. After a word, he rushed to help his boss beat Zhao Zhou severely. Zhao Zhou had been beaten miserably, and the other party suddenly added another helper, who beat him into despair. At this time, he no longer had the enthusiasm that he had just now. Seeing that the other party beating him non-stop, there is no fear at all, and they almost wants to beat him to death. Zhao Zhou can no longer stand it. He cried and said, "Big brother, I was wrong. Big brother, please don't fight. Brother will die if you beat again, brother." Abner didn't mean to stop in the slightest, and he cursed while beating. "I'm having AFC King stomach and there is no place to vent. You just came to the door. I won't kill you, I'm so sorry." Zhao Zhou had been beaten to a faint, his face was full of blood, and he was completely inhuman. At this moment, a tow truck suddenly drove up to the front. The tow truck driver was in the car and shouted through the window, "Hey, what are you doing? If you don't stop, I will call the police."